Beneath the cobblestone streets of Vatican City lies a labyrinth of shelves stretching nearly 85 kilometers, holding centuries of history sealed away from the public eye. To some, it's merely a vast repository of papal correspondence and dusty legal records. To others, it's the most guarded vault of secrets on earth, a place where the truth about religion, politics, and even humanity itself may be hidden. Over the years, whispers have turned into legends, forbidden gospels, proof of extraterrestrial contact, and prophecies too dangerous to reveal. Whether these stories are grounded in fact or fueled by imagination, one thing is certain: the Vatican Apostolic Archive is the perfect breeding ground for mystery. Before we unlock some of its most intriguing tales, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another deep dive into the world's most fascinating conspiracy theories. The Vatican Apostolic Archive, once famously called the Vatican Secret Archive, was officially established in 1612 by Pope Paul V. The word secret in its original Latin context, secretum, meant private rather than mysterious. But centuries of intrigue gave the name a far more dramatic reputation. In 2019, Pope Francis officially changed the name to better reflect its purpose, a private repository of the Holy See's most important documents. The origins of the archive, however, stretch back far earlier. As the Catholic Church expanded its influence across Europe and beyond, so did its need to preserve critical records, papal bulls, letters to kings, decrees, treaties, and theological writings. Over the centuries, these documents accumulated into a massive collection. Today, the archive contains an estimated 85 kilometers of shelving and spans over 1,200 years of history. Access is highly restricted. Scholars may only consult documents older than 75 years, and even then, only after obtaining special permission. This policy means that many 20th century materials, especially those concerning wartime diplomacy and internal church affairs, remain off-limits to the public. While the archive's stated purpose is to safeguard and preserve the Church's documentary heritage, its secrecy has made it a magnet for speculation. From Napoleon's theft of archive materials in the 19th century to recent releases of controversial wartime files, every glimpse into this hidden world fuels curiosity about what still lies locked away. While conspiracy theories swirl around the Vatican Apostolic Archive, much of what is actually inside is known, and it's far from pure fiction. The collection houses some of the most significant documents in religious and world history, offering rare insights into pivotal moments that shaped nations and faith alike. One of its most famous holdings is the transcript of Galileo Galilei's trial before the Roman Inquisition in 1633. These pages detail the Church's condemnation of his support for heliocentrism, a turning point in the conflict between science and religious authority. Another priceless artifact is the 1530 petition from England's Parliament and nobility requesting that Pope Clement VII annul King Henry VIII's marriage to Catherine of Aragon, a request the Pope famously refused, sparking England's break with Rome. The archive also preserves correspondence from World War II, including letters addressed to Pope Pius XII, pleading for intervention to save Jewish lives during the Holocaust. In 2020, Pope Francis opened much of this era's documentation earlier than the traditional 75-year rule, allowing historians to reassess one of the most controversial papacies in modern history. Other treasures include centuries-old papal bulls, diplomatic treaties between the Holy See and monarchies, maps, missionary reports from around the world, and meticulous records of conclaves, the secretive meetings where new popes are elected. While these materials may not reveal alien cover-ups or supernatural relics, their historical weight is undeniable. They chronicle the Church's influence over global politics, science, and culture across more than a millennium. Ironically, the very real power of these documents, shaping kings, wars, and nations, may be the true secret that fuels so much speculation. Popular culture has only added fuel to the fire. From thrillers like Angels and Demons to internet clickbait about forbidden gospels or time machines, the line between fact and fantasy blurs. The Church's long history of influence, sometimes in controversial ways, makes it easy for people to believe there's more than meets the eye. Ultimately, in the absence of transparency, the human mind fills the void with speculation. For many, the Vatican's most valuable treasures aren't gold or relics. It's the knowledge that might change our understanding of history forever.
Over the years, the Vatican Apostolic Archive has become a magnet for the wildest and most elaborate conspiracy theories. While many have no credible evidence, they persist because they touch on deeply human themes: forbidden knowledge, power, and the idea that history as we know it might be a lie. One of the most common claims is that the archive hides lost gospels that could radically alter Christianity's message. These might include accounts portraying Jesus as married with children, or even denying his divinity entirely. Others speculate about Book of Enoch-style texts containing mystical or occult knowledge the Church deems dangerous. There are also rumors of secret relics, the Holy Grail, pieces of the true cross, or artifacts from the Ark of the Covenant. While historians dismiss these claims as fanciful, their persistence shows how much weight the idea of forbidden scripture carries in the public imagination. Some theorists believe the Vatican holds proof of extraterrestrial life, possibly including records of contact between the Church and alien civilizations. Alleged documents may detail UFO sightings predating modern history or ancient knowledge shared by beings from the stars. The 2010s saw a surge in these rumors, fueled by Vatican astronomers openly discussing the possibility of alien life. Skeptics argue this is pure science fiction fantasy, but the mere idea that the Church might have cosmic secrets locked away is enough to keep the theory alive. The Vatican's historical political power has given rise to theories about its involvement in shadowy financial dealings. One persistent rumor is that the archive contains proof the Church stored Nazi gold looted during World War II. Others allege the Vatican helped Nazi officials escape Europe through rat lines in exchange for money or favors. While various investigations have uncovered financial scandals in Church history, none have proven these extreme wartime theories, yet they remain a fixture in discussions about Vatican secrecy. The Third Secret of Fatima is perhaps the most famous prophecy-linked theory. Officially, the Vatican revealed the full secret in 2000, describing visions of persecution and a bishop in white being killed. But many believe this was incomplete and that a darker, world-ending prophecy is still concealed. Other alleged prophecies in the archive include apocalyptic warnings from saints, ancient texts predicting global collapse, and suppressed visions that might destabilize the Church if revealed. Some theories focus on internal Church politics. A popular one suggests Pope John Paul II was murdered in 1978 after just 33 days in office, possibly because he planned to expose Vatican corruption. Another is the Siri thesis, claiming that Cardinal Giuseppe Siri was elected Pope in 1958, but was forced to step aside in a secret coup. While the Vatican firmly denies these allegations, such stories thrive in an environment where official records remain sealed. During the Cold War, the Vatican allegedly ran its own covert intelligence network, nicknamed the Holy Alliance. Some believe the archive holds detailed reports on espionage, assassinations, and political manipulation spanning decades. Alleged connections to the CIA, KGB, and European intelligence agencies add a spy thriller edge to the rumors. Though historians acknowledge the Vatican's diplomatic and intelligence influence, the more explosive claims remain locked in the realm of speculation. The Vatican Apostolic Archive isn't just a building full of documents, it's a symbol. For centuries, the Catholic Church has been one of the most powerful institutions on earth, influencing kings, shaping laws, and guiding the moral compass of billions. When such an institution keeps vast amounts of information under lock and key, it naturally becomes a canvas for humanity's most imaginative fears and fantasies. Popular culture plays a huge role in this. From Dan Brown thrillers to YouTube deep dives, media portrayals encourage people to see the archive not as a library, but as a vault of world-shattering secrets. The more mysterious it seems, the more people believe that what's hidden must be extraordinary. Theories also thrive because secrecy itself is provocative. Once people know they can't see something, their minds start filling in the blanks, often with the most extreme possibilities. The Catholic Church's history of real controversies, from political meddling to financial scandals, only makes these imagined scenarios more believable. In short, the archive is more than paper and ink. It's a stage where history, religion, power, and myth collide, ensuring that the conspiracy surrounding it will never truly disappear. While the Vatican Apostolic Archive inspires countless conspiracy theories, most claims crumble under historical scrutiny. Scholars who have been granted access emphasize that the majority of documents are administrative, diplomatic, or theological in nature, not supernatural bombshells. Letters between popes and monarchs, missionary reports, legal decrees, These are the kinds of records that fill the shelves. For example, the so-called Third Secret of Fatima was officially released in 2000, accompanied by detailed commentary from church officials. While skeptics remain unconvinced, no verifiable evidence suggests that a more apocalyptic version exists. Similarly, no credible historian has found proof of lost gospels that overturn the foundations of Christianity or records proving alien contact. That said, the archive does contain sensitive material, such as wartime correspondence and records of internal church investigations. These are often withheld due to diplomatic agreements, privacy laws, or to protect living individuals. Reasons far less dramatic than the theories suggest. The challenge is that secrecy, even for practical purposes, fuels suspicion. And because access is so limited, each new document released, no matter how mundane, can be framed as proof of a larger cover-up. In the end, the archive's true value lies in its historical richness, not in any hidden world-ending revelation. The Vatican Apostolic Archive stands at the crossroads of history and mystery. Its shelves hold an unparalleled record of human events, from theological debates to global diplomacy, yet its secrecy has made it fertile ground for speculation. While the most dramatic conspiracy theories lack evidence, the archive's real power lies in the truths it does preserve. Documents that have shaped nations, influenced wars, and guided faith for centuries. Whether seen as a treasure trove of hidden knowledge or simply a guardian of the past, it will continue to fascinate, provoke, and inspire the imagination for generations to come. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the Vatican Apostolic Archive, the place where history, mystery, and myth collide. Whether you came here for the facts, the legends, or a bit of both, I hope you leave with a sharper eye for separating truth from fiction. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe. Most of you watching right now aren't subscribed yet, and trust me, you won't want to miss our next exploration into the world's most fascinating conspiracy theories. See you next time.